All right, y'all. So here's the thing. This is why I'm going to start this one. Have y'all found and used the combination of ginger and turmeric? So I didn't know they did this, but I love those two things. And Jason found it once at Sprout. And now it's like our go-to. If you have a Sprout where you live, this is true. If you don't, places like Whole Foods may have it or what have you. I haven't been in Whole Foods for years since I found Sprouts. It's like the Whole Foods that I like better, I guess. I never really was a big Whole Foods fan.
We appreciate a sponsorship. Thank you.
Yeah. If you want to sponsor, go on, Sprout. Go on. But anyway, if you have a Sprout next to you, check out the combination. It already comes combined with ginger and turmeric, so I don't have to buy it separately. Anyway, I guess that's the intro to this episode. Totally unrelated, but we'll keep these wheels turning as far as the the wealth compartment of our LIB questions LIB inspire questions. So again, almost every episode we start with sort of re-highlighting the last point we made in the last episode, which is fine. Is how do you feel about talking about money, right? Some people are more comfortable with it than others. I know that depending also on culture, culture is a factor. So here's the thing. You already know that we are walking while we're recording this. That's what we do now. But we have a Donna. This is another thing that's not sponsored, but if you want to sponsor, go ahead. We have a Donna stroller. And we love our stroller, right? Minimalist gets the point across. But my husband keeps trying to hang things on this stroller car seat. But whenever it's in the stroller form, he keeps trying to hang things on it. And I'm like, we didn't get the version. We didn't get any accessories. We just had the bare thing. He keeps trying to hang things on it. And then sometimes the things stay, but there's other times they fall. And I'm like, okay, just go on and have a ball. But anyways, it's important to definitely see everybody's comfort about it and then work around that, because I know I'm a little better now, would you say, about money? Not talking about money, but we've never had that issue, but discussing money in public, or handing. I have a weird quirk where I don't like money handed to me in public, and I don't like handing money to people in public, like actual cash. I don't know why, but it's one of the most uncomfortable things I can think of. But yeah, having money handed to me or handing money to somebody in public is one of the most uncomfortable things I can think of. And for the longest time, Jason thought I was super. I mean, he still thinks I'm weird for sure, because I am. But I'm a little better at that. Well, I don't know if it's that I'm a little better at that, or we really haven't had to do that at all, because Venmo and such. So I haven't had to send it. I know, but at the time it was just oh my God, if you gotta give me money, give it to me in private, sneak it to me, almost as if we were doing a drug transaction or something. Because I'm I don't know why people seeing money handed to me, or people seeing me handing money to people. It's weird. I know it doesn't make sense, but it's weird to me, and it makes me feel quirky and uncomfortable. So I don't know, those are things that if you or somebody out there who have that feeling where you feel uncomfortable about handing money to somebody or having money handed to you in public, please let me know, so I know I'm not alone. Please let me know. Let us find each other, please. I need this. I need this. Okay, on a more serious note, another thing worth talking about is debt. Oh my gosh, right? We live in a day and age in society where most of us have some type of debt, whether that's credit card debt, school debt, home loan, which I don't know. I feel like the home loan is one of those things that are not necessarily considered debt as much, even though they are. But car debt, whatever it is, a lot of us have some type of debt. So really talk about that. Talk about how much debt do you have, and are you comfortable with somebody you're potentially thinking about getting a relationship with having debt, and how much debt are you comfortable with them having? You see, that's all important. Yeah, those are all important because it's the weirdest thing. I've heard people talk about, because I have this much debt, I'm having a hard time finding a significant other. I don't know the dating scene out there nowadays. I've been attached for quite a long time. But wow. Did y'all, that was, what was that? Like, ooh, attached to me. Like, what? You're so weird. But anywho, yeah, like I've heard things like that, and I'm like, interesting. So, and I don't know if there's like a certain outlook on, depending on what the type of debt it is, but it is definitely worth noting to sharing on both ends about, okay, how much debt you have, what type of debt it is, what are your plan of paying it off, if you plan on paying it off, all of those things, because that's important. What do you think, hon?
I think a lot of us have a basic surface understanding of debt, but I don't think we have a deep understanding of the positives. Now, I am no financial advisor, okay? I'm not going to school for this. I know a good amount of people who are definitely far better qualified financial advisors than we are, but I think so often we hear, you got to get out of debt, you got to get out of debt, you got to get out of debt, that we never think about, well, maybe there's a good reason to go into debt. For example, if you're trying to get an investment, if you're trying to build a business, if you're trying to get a loan of some sort, like those things are all a house. Those are all positive debt on your, let's just say your P&L statement, your profit and loss, right? So all our money people out there, I know you'll like that one. So I would say, yes, depending on what the debt is,
and your plan for it.
Right, and the plan for it. Talk about it. Ask, hey, what do you plan to do with this or whatever. But if it's something that could potentially have benefits long term, for example, you're getting a house and then you put that house in a trust, and you just have to take out something conventional or FHA or whatever, then okay, you do that. You know what I mean? Because that's going to push y'all to a better place. But
or you have, you're getting something to advance your business, whatever.
Exactly. But let's not say that
all debts are bad.
All debts are bad. Hello. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not the case, and that's not how people who are aspiring or who are wealthy think about it. So that's what I say.
And also, just to not put people in categories and things like that, is if somebody does have a lot of credit card debt or other types of quote unquote undesirable debt, or what do they understand that this is a bad thing? Do they have plans to get out of it? Because everybody's financial knowledge is different at different stages.
And I was about to say, and when did they accumulate this debt? Because sometimes unfortunate things happen, right? And sometimes, not just unfortunate things, family happens. Family and friends. And not saying those are bad things, but stuff comes up. I mean, we've all heard the horror stories of parents who put credits or things in their children's name before they even get here.
That's not you, because you just been given it wrong footstep to start with.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Because we just don't understand that credit, at least in America, I mean, credit is almost king. You know what I'm saying? Like if you got cash, you're great, but people,
you can do far more with credit than you can with cash.
Right. I mean, depending on where you at.
That's true.
Because some people, if you paying for something with cash, they look at you like you from the 1800s or something. Like, what do you mean?
No, we've definitely seen a lot more restaurants or like
don't even accept
food places, or even other places that are like no cash accepted anymore. And it's like, oh, okay. Yeah. Don't mind if I do. I don't have cash anyway.
I seen that in the airport one time. It blew my mind. I was like, I know I'm old. Shoot.
I'm sure all the Bitcoin people are like, yes, I told them. But that's a different story.
Yeah, so that's literally what I say about debt. You know what I'm saying? Like this. Yeah.
Yeah. So think about that. It's the whole point is, have the conversation. Dive into it. Ask as many questions as you possibly can. Get at the bottom of the non-desirable answers. Get to know, why this happened. Just get to know the person in that aspect. Hello. Don't shy away from the tough questions. It's a point here, and really ask it. The other thing is different type of insurance is an investment, right? Discuss that. This is, I know we were thinking about life insurance, but that's tricky because I'm thinking about okay, life insurance and so forth in terms of, do you want to? What are your take on it? You don't necessarily need to tell somebody if you have it or not, is what I would say, just because life insurance can be tricky. That's your whole life. I don't know, people can do things. I know. What?
Everybody knows what that sounds like. If you watch enough crime shows, you know it.
If you watch enough crime shows, you know what that is. But anywho, so I guess more so in this aspect is, what do you think of life insurance, and would you have one down the line? Things like that. You don't necessarily have to display whether you have one or not to a potential future partner. But it's good to, because some people swear by life insurance and others swear by not having it, by the fact that it's just useless. So it just depends. Right, so have that conversation.
I'll say this on the topic of life insurance. Right? Now y'all know where I come from. All right.
If you don't know,
now you know. I'm about to tell you. From Detroit, West Side, 6 Mile till we die.
Wow.
Okay. Just had to put it on the record.
Wow.
One time for the one time. Now, Detroit, like many other cities where our people are dominant, we've had a lot of different conversations around life insurance. Should we get it? Should we not get it? Should we do it? Should we not do it? I'll say this. It'll help for the unexpected auntie, uncle, cousin, somebody who passes away. Right? Because I would say, get it with the right people. Go through the right sources. You already know what I'm talking about. Because if you don't gotta go fund me, don't go fund me. If you don't need to do plates, don't do plates. Or
I don't know what
have a party or something like that. Like
fundraiser for the funeral.
Just I mean, again, there's levels to financial security,
right,
which we can indulge in. That doesn't necessarily have to be scary, but can put us in a better position. So again, when it comes to, you never know when somebody's gonna pass away, and there are different prices. Like, it's not overly expensive. And again, there's a way to educate yourself and say, okay, is this the right policy for me? You know?
Yeah. So that's definitely something worth talking about. And then investment. Like, are you invested in something? Like, do you have investment in real estate? Stock market, weed, whatever else out there, startup companies, penny stocks, whatever is your pick on things to invest in. Do you have it? And if you don't, do you want to? What do you think of investments? Because again, it's there was a stage in everybody's life, or at some point, depending on where you're from, where you just don't understand the whole investment thing. Right? Or that you didn't feel like you had the means to do it, because you're like, hey, I'm just trying to put food on the table.
I'll say this. I think the hard part, especially if you come from where we come from, is that if you can't see the money, it's not real money. And I guess fortunately or unfortunately, that's not the way wealth is played.
At least not in our society.
Not in our society. I mean, wealth is played by, what are your assets? What's your profits? What do you have at the end of the year? What have you accumulated? All those things.
Has your money made money at the end of the day?
Has your money made money? Like, all of those things are how the game is played. Real wealth isn't necessarily shown. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying, and believe me, this is coming from me. I'm not saying you can't be flashy or, have nice things or whatever, anything like that.
He is a very flashy man.
Right.
By my standards, and I'm very, so that's not saying much.
Right. But What I am saying is the way that you pay for those flashy things are different as your financial right, and when you pay for those flashy things are different when your financial literacy grows. You know, that's the big thing. You know, as you grow, so should your knowledge in what you determine to spend your wealth on. You know, it's not always sexy, the investments or the assets, but they get to the sexy. You know what I mean? There's a lot of. I mean, I was watching Bloomberg, and I saw this dude. I mean, just regular, typical, basic. That's just what I'm saying. Just basic. I mean, literally.
Basic dude.
I mean, you put basic starter kit, he was that. But, I mean, he was, well off. He did something in tech or created some app or something or whatever. And now he owns like a boat or something or a helicopter or something. You know what I'm saying? It's just like...
out here living that upper crust life.
Yeah, upper crust. So that's what I'll say, guys.
No, that's very true. That's very true. So it's worth having that conversation about investments and such. We're gonna close this one up right here and say thank y'all. That last 5 minutes may have me a little busier or like louder because we were closer to the main road as we were turning around. But I hope you all enjoyed this episode. Like I said always, find a hike and go for a hike. Peace out.